क्यों?
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, then we talked about T-cell community basic things. And then how this will be used in TD, DFT and the layout or digital verification or functional verification. And then we started with how to run a TCL program, right? Using sequence. You can run this using Linux terminal also. So if you have a Linux user like Ubuntu or CentOS, any other operating system, externally don't need of installing the TCL package. By default, the terminal itself is coming with the TCL package. And then VA package also, GVA package also. Okay. In our segment, when you're installing the segment, you used to select in the packages, correct? When you're working in the versional Linux platform, no need of installing the TCL interpreter and then GVM reader. Okay. This is what we talked about last session, and then we talked with the two commands, one set command and the puts command. Then I showed you that how to print what are available commands then in respective interpreter. So how to change the shell, correct? And then how to print the commands which we are using in the TCL program. Okay, today let us continue with more about the set command and the puts command. Okay. So what is the use of the shebang? What is the shebang? What is the use of the shebang? So it is a special sequence character you can call, correct? It is used to call the interpreters. So what is the first line, very first line in the scripting language you should write? In scripting language, what you should write in the very first line? In Python, Perl, or PCL, or any shell scripting. So what is set E8 will do? Assigning the value to the variable. Like unlike in other languages, you use to write A is equal to LHS variables and the RHS variables. RHS variables are assigned to the what? LHS variables. But in TCL, the command should be, the syntax should be command, there is no equal. Command, argument, white space, argument 1, argument 2, so on. Correct. So this is what we talked about in the last session. Now today let us start with the in TCL, what data types? How data type can be represented in the TCL, then we'll work a few examples. Okay. As I said that in TCL, whether we need to specify any data type, like a is integer, any variable you are using like is integer or a character or a float or a string. So unlike in other programming language, in TCL no need of representing the data types. However, compiler or interpreter will understand. These are the integer data type, these are the float data type, these are the etc. data types. How it is understanding? It will understanding during the runtime itself. Means in TCL, why data type is no need to represent. In C programming, without writing the data type, we will be able to declare the variables. We should declare the what? Data type. What data type it is. In TCL, there is no need of representing the data type. Means the data types do not need to be explicitly declared or represented because TCL is dynamic typing in nature. What do you mean by dynamic typing in nature? There is no need of explicitly you can represent the data types. Right. So the dynamic typing means that the type of value is determined at the runtime based on the context which you are using. You're using for addition or subtraction or multiplication, whatever operation you're doing. Based upon your context, the variables which you are using will be automatically understand. That is nothing but dynamic typing. No need of representing the what? Data types in TCL. Right? That itself it is telling that you can say that this is a dynamic typing. You are explicitly not declaring. Your ABC are using in the programming. But ABC you are not telling that this is integer, this is float, this is some other data type. Explicitly you are not writing. During the runtime, based upon your context, you are using the variables to your program. During the runtime, it will understand. That means that it is a dynamic typing. So TCL is what? You can say powerful dynamic typing. Someone will ask you that. Why TCL is a dynamic typing type? What is your answer? There is no need of representing or specifying the data types. Correct? So during the runtime itself, based upon the context of the program, it will understand the data types itself. You understand? So this is how in TCL, a variable can hold any type of data. Means what is the meaning of this? Any variable can be hold any data type. Any data type means what? If it is a number, or if it is a string, or if it is a list, or even it may be command also. Okay, the syntax for the TCL is nothing but command name, argument 1, argument 2, so on. If you are using the variable, you can assign the value to the variable as a number, as a string, as a list. Even you can assign the what? Command also. This is what we did in the last session. Set the C, square bracket. Inside the square bracket, you are writing your TCL command. EXPR, $A plus what? $C. That you are assigning to the variables. Correct? So when you assign a value to a variable, the TCL automatically determines the type of the value. Whether it is a number, integer, string, etc. can be automatically will be determines the type of the value and assigns it to the variables. Let us take a few examples for this. Let us consider this following example for. What is this? What we are assigning to X? Number. Hence it is integer. If you talk about. What is this? String you are assigning. String are indicating with what? Double quote. Now this will be considered as a special characters. Automatically say. Here this is nothing but what? List. So I am grouping the elements of the list with what? Flower brackets. This is one way to declaring the list in the TCL. Okay. So in this code, if you see there, the three set with the variable I'm using x for all the data types. X is assigned the integer value name. X is assigned the string hello, and X is assigned the list 1, 2, 3. The type of each variable is automatically determined based upon the value that is assigned to it. Now, during the runtime, this X will understand. When you are running this line, after this line compiling, this TCL will understand automatically X is the integer data. Yeah, when it is coming to this line, so for all these three sector commands, I'm using the same variable X. First, it will execute this. It will understand that X is what data type. Integer. Now, coming to here, now this will be replacing by this hello, but this X is nothing but not this string. Now, when it is executing this line, list. That is what I'm talking about. Automatically determines the based on the value that is assigned to the it. So this dynamic typing make TCL is very flexible programming language. Do you agree with this statement? In C language, all variables we need to declare with the one data types. Here no need of representing the one data type. So that it is more flexible comparing to other programming language. Do you agree with the statement? That's what I'm saying. Correct? So as you can use the same variable to hold a different types of different times. For example, you get assigned an integer value to the variable and later assign a string to the same variable without any problem. Correct? First you are assigning the integer value. So later for the same variable you assign the one integer without any problem. In C language, if you are declaring int as a, then assigning the string to the same variable, then it will throw the syntax error. But here what happens? First you are assigning the value to the integer. Later you are assigning the string to the same variable without any problem, because when runtime that will understand that these are the data types from this variable. Yes. Okay. So however, the dynamic typing also requires you to be careful. Okay. So when working with the variables, as a type of the variable can be changed unexpectedly if you are not careful. Okay. It is important to test your code truly and make sure that your variables always holds the type of data type that you expect it to use them. Okay. Then now we'll see. You understand why TCL is a dynamic typing. Why do we don't need now representing the data types? How this will be understood? During the runtime, compiler will understand. So these are the variables and these are the data. That's why TCL is one program. Dynamic program typing and more flexible compared to other programming languages. Now we go for what is the use of this $symbol. Only on we are using this $symbol in the last session. Right? What is $symbol refers to here? To get the content of the variable or get the value of the variable. So in TCL, this $symbol sign is used to access the value of the variable. When you use the $symbol sign followed by the name of the variable, TCL substitute the value of the word variable in the place of what? Variable reference. You are referring the variable with what? $symbol. Then that becomes a what? Variable reference. To get the or to use to access the value of the variable, you are referring what? $symbol. Now let us see this example. What is this example? Is set X is what? Yes. How to get the access in the value of this X? Use the $symbol. What is $symbol is nothing to do. Now X is nothing but our variable reference. I am referring this variable to what? $symbol. How do you understand this? So in this code, the setter command set the variable X to the value 10. The push command can fix the value of X using the what? Variable reference. $symbol X. So when this is the $symbol X reference, what it is going to do? It substitute the value of the X, which is 10, in the place of what? Variable reference. So that output of this code becomes what? 10. So for this variable reference, what is the value of this? 10. It is going to print output as 10. Did you understand? What is the $symbol represent? Now you can also use the $symbol sign to access the what? To access the element of the list answer or list of variables. For example, what is this nothing but? Set is a what? Comment. My list is nothing but what? Argument 1. What is this nothing but? Argument 2. Here, what is up into list? List. I'm making this as a what? List, right? In the curly brackets. How many elements are there in list? 3. How to refer this? How to access the element of the list? $symbol, my list. Puts what? $symbol, my list. You understand? Now what it is going to print? Okay, let us run this program. What it is going to print? So I'll be using the online compiler. You should use the what? Signet. Okay. Now what it is going to print? Let me comment to this line. How to comment the single line? It is not commented here. What is that? Symbol I should use to comment the single line. TCL. Right. See, I'm commenting this line using what? If statement. What is this if condition is nothing but? 0 means what? Null. When it is null, whether it is going to execute this comment, this statement? No, right? It is going what? Out of this. If it is true, if I put this is 1. Now this is executing the body of the C. Right? What is the body of the C if I'm writing this? I'm using one of the list operator. This is mini list operator, which we'll see later. I'm using L index. L means list. List index. I'm referring this $symbol list 1. What it is going to be? Apple, banana, orange. So list index of the list will start from 0. This is 0 index. This is 1 index. This is 2 index. Now this command, this line will print the what? Banana. Now you can say this printing what? Banana. If I'm giving the 0, this will print apple. Now if I put 0, what happens? It is going to skip this. Since the body of this input condition is not true, so that it is skipping this line. It skips this line. So it prints only this. This is a list we have declared with the cover brackets. To access the element of the list 1, I can use $symbol. To access the element of the list. So this is one list operator I am using here. List, we'll see that later. What are the list operators? So this is what I am telling you about. In this code, the first push command prints the what? Enter the list of my list. What are the list elements? Apple, banana, orange. The second push command, what it is going to print? It is going to print the index what we are referring. What index value we are referring is 1. So I am putting this inside the what? Square bracket. We'll see what is the use of the square brackets. When to use the square brackets, when to use the curly brackets, when to use the flower brackets, when to use the parenthesis. We'll see. Now inside this nothing but I am writing a syntax of the comment. What is syntax of the comment is? This is a comment name. This is one comment elements. This is argument one. Argument one is nothing but reference variable using dollar symbol. What is argument two is nothing but here? Constant. What constant value I'm using is one. Did you understand? So here the second puts comment the what? L index comment to access the second element of the list banana and print into the console. Two puts comment I'm using it. But understand? So overall, what is the dollar symbol sign is? This is a very important symbol in the TCL. Yes, it allows us you to access the value of the variables or list of the elements, making it easier to work with the data types in your TCL scripts. That is the use of what? Dollar symbol. Did you clear about dollar symbol? What is the use of the dollar symbol? Now let us see. Today let me go with all the basic things. Okay. What are the use of these brackets? What is the use of the dollar symbol? Then we'll work on few second puts comments. Okay. Now we'll see what is the use of all these brackets in the TCL. What is the first bracket is? Square brackets. What is the second bracket is? Curly brackets or cover brackets. What is this? Is nothing but parentheses. In TCL, all these three brackets will have a different usage. In TCL, all these brackets have a different usage. Now let us see the first one. Square brackets. The square brackets are used to execute a command and substitute each result as a value. Let us take this example. What we are doing in the square brackets? What we are doing in this? Okay, let us take here one. The example here I have. I am using set A to 5, set B to 1, 10. Set is A, what we are doing here? Using command, right? These are used to execute a command. What command I am executing here? EXPR. And this EXPR is used to what? Evaluating the mathematical expressions. So this will evaluating the mathematical expression like addition. After this will be substituted, right? This will be substituted to what? See. Did you understand? What is the use of the square brackets? Because this is very, very important in upcoming programming. If we go with the bigger programs, what are the things I'm talking about? All these small things will be making a big difference in the program. Okay. This is the use of the square bracket. Execute a command and substitute its result as a value. What result it is substituting here in this program? What is the dollar symbol is? Dollar symbol of A is nothing but 5 here. This is a reference value. This is 5. What operator? Addition object. Dollar symbol B is nothing but what? 10. So this is mathematical expressions I'm using so that I should group with what? EXPR. Now this will be executed. This will be executed a command and substitute result as a value. Correct? What value is substituting to the C is 15. Right? That value is substituting to what? C. So in this example, the EXPR command is executed within the square brackets. Correct? Do you agree? It is executed within the square bracket or out of the square bracket? Within the square bracket. And the result of the expression means the value is nothing but what? 15 is substituted as a value of the variable C. Correct? Now this is the use of the square bracket. Now coming to what is the use of second bracket is what? Curly brackets, or we call it flower brackets. So these curly braces are used to define a what? Literal value, such as string or a list that should not be evaluated. Remember this. So what these curly brackets will do? What is the difference between the square brackets and the curly brackets? Here, square brackets are used to execute the command. Keep it in mind. It is going to execute the command inside the square bracket. That will be substituted result as a value to the variable. Where in the curly braces are used to define the what? Literal value. Inside this I'm using inside this curly brackets I'm using what? Dollar symbol A plus dollar symbol B. Whether this will be executed here. So this I'm representing as a literal value, right? What is dollar symbol A? Its value is nothing but 5. Dollar symbol B is nothing but 1. 10. If you not write this also, it is going to execute. Let us on this program and show you. Let me use puts. What I want to print C or dollar symbol C. That is what you will do the mistake. Dollar symbol C. Dollar symbol C is nothing but what? Content of the C. The value which is assigned to the C, right? We are accessing the content of the variable C. Now it is printing 15. There is some network problem. It is taking long time to do the compiler. Now it is printing 15. Now let us remove this. This is also fine. No issues, correct? This is also printing 15. So what is the use of this curly braces is used to define a literal value. Such as we can define the string or a list that should not be evaluated. So that is the use of what? Curly braces. Now let us see this example. Example of the curly braces. What is this? What is this? Set is what? Comment. What is this? Argument 1 is what it is. Variable. What is the variable I am using as? What is this? This is nothing but a list, right? You can understand. This is nothing but a list. So this is a one list element. This is a one element. A is a one element. And also inside this I am using the curly braces. Okay. Let us see what is the difference between this curly braces. Let us copy this. Suppose if I am going to remove this one. What it is going to be? This is a string with and what is the use of dollar symbol? Dollar symbol used to access the element of the variable. But I am putting within what? Curly braces. So this value will be evaluated. Now this will be considering as a what? Literal value. So dollar symbol A means accessing the value of the A. But I am putting inside the curly braces. Now this is completely taking as a what? Literal value. This will be printing like output like this. This is a string with and dollar symbol variables. You can see. This is a string with and what is this nothing but? Dollar symbol variables. Why it is printing like this? Whether it is evaluating the value of the or accessing the value of the no. What is the use of this brackets is? It should not be evaluated. You can understand? Let us take one example to this. Set A to 10, set B to 20. So I'm not used to end with a semicolon. Your compiler will understand that by default, this will understand that this is the line we can terminate here. Okay, if I'm giving somewhere here, colon, somewhere here like this, then what happens? Compiler will start executing up to here, and then it will terminate. It is understanding that this line is terminated. If I'm not giving by default, this that the compiler will understand the line will be terminated here. Do you understand? Now let us make set to C. I want to do addition of question. What I want to do? Which brackets? Square brackets. What command? A square command. Dollar symbol A plus dollar symbol B. Right. Now I'm going to use quotes. Quotes. Dollar symbol C is going to bring the access in the value of B. Okay. Let us take one more one. I'm going to use like this. Quotes. Dollar symbols. What is the difference between this and this? Okay, let us do one thing. Let us take this is nothing but D. E. I'll be using the curly braces. Then I'm going to bring the D. Here. Didn't connect anything. Now can you see what is output of this program? It is printing as a D. Or it is going to print the value. Okay, let us run this one first. Let me remove this. Now what it is going to print? Is it $C or content of the C? $C. Okay. Cannot find the channel D while executing. So I'm assigning the value of this is nothing but to C. Okay, sorry. This should be only single argument. Dollar puts command will be the single argument. Puts a dollar symbol C. But I'm putting in the what? Curly braces. What it is going to print? Now this will be printing as a dollar. This is not evaluating what inside this. Correct? Now if I'm printing like this. Now it is going to print out accessing the element of the. Now what is the element of the C is nothing but value of the C means. Correct? You can understand what is the meaning of this dollar symbol? Sorry, curly braces. Used to define the literal value. Okay. So adjusting a list that it should not be evaluated. So in this example, it is going to print completely like this. Right? What this dollar symbol my string will print is this is string with the curly braces, nested braces, enclosed and dollar symbol variables. Correct? So this entire string is enclosed within the curly braces, so that the content are not evaluated. Since it is enclosed by what? Curly braces. This means that variables means dollar symbol variable is not a substituted with the value, and any braces inside the string are treated as what? Literal characters. So any braces inside the string are treated as a literal characters. You understand? Okay. Then what is the use of the parenthesis? Next braces is nothing but parenthesis. What is the use of the parenthesis? Parentheses are used to group the expressions and to control the order of the evaluation. You understand? Now different operators will be having different precedence. Correct? If you look at the data operators, what are the operators? We have arithmetic operator, logical operator, then bitwise operator, then relational operator, equality operator. Correct? Then operators basically three types: unary operator, binary operator, ternary operator. Unary operator means there will be only one operator. Correct? So increment, decrement is a unary operator. Plus, minus is a unary operator. Binary operator is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and plus two operands. This is binary operators. Example for the ternary operator. What is the example for the ternary operator? Conditional operator. Conditional operator is a ternary operator. Correct? If you talk about arithmetic operators, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, what is the order of precedence? What do you mean by order of precedence? Order of precedence will execute from where to where? Left to the right. Left to the right. Highest order goes to the multiplication division. After that, next order goes to what? Plus and minus, addition and subtraction. So what is the use of this parenthesis is? Parentheses are used to group the expressions and control the order of the execution or evaluation. Let us take this example. Set A is 5, set B is 10, set C is nothing but I'm getting the expression. I'm getting the expression. So inside this curly brackets, I'm doing this. I'm using the parenthesis, dollar symbol A plus dollar symbol B. What is this operator? And C, and 2. So what is the order of execution this is? First, what is the order of difference it is given to this? Let me print it. Put dollar symbol C. What is the value of C in this case? What order it is going to execute? First, it is to start the evaluation of what? Inside the parenthesis. Parenthesis will be having a higher order precedence. Right? First, it is going to evaluating this. What is this? Nothing but 5 plus 10 is 15. 15 is multiplied with what? 2. What is the result is 30. What about this one? Let us remove this. Now you can tell me. First, 10 into 2 means what? 20. First, it will go what is the order of precedence? Multiplication. Multiplication will be having a higher order compared to the addition. Now, dollar symbol B is 10. 10 into 2 means what? 20. 20 plus 5 means what? 25. Now, this will print what? 25. Correct? What about if I am going with what? Parenthesis. Now this will be 30. We can do this as 30. Then also it is correct. Let us remove this curly bracket. What is this? It should be 30. Now let us remove this. Now it will go what? Order of precedences. First multiplication, then division. Now it is 25. You understand? So this is the use of the what basis? Parenthesis. Used to group the expressions. I'm grouping the expression. Dollar symbol A plus dollar symbol B is the expression. And control the order of what? Evaluation. Suppose I'm using like this. Now you can tell me. Same as in previous case. Correct. First 20 plus 10 into 2, 20 plus 5 is 20. This will be 20. Now I'm giving the precedence is what? Parenthesis. Not understanding this. The same thing I explained you. Yeah, let's keep this part. Now we understand what is the use of the square bracket, what is the use of the curly braces, what is the use of the parenthesis. Like this is all. What is this nothing but? Order of precedence will goes. First order is given to what? Then we are giving to what? Exponential, star, star. Then what is next order of precedence? Multiplication. Next is what? Addition and subtraction. So in this case, expression is enclosed in the curly braces. The entire expression is evaluated by the each way as a single argument. Okay. Since we are putting what? Inside the curly braces. So the order of evaluation is determined by the arithmetic operators. Based upon the arithmetic operators. So according to the order of precedence, the expressions will be evaluated. Okay. So first is what? First it is evaluating what? You cannot using the parenthesis. Dollar symbol B into 2. Then it is evaluating what? Dollar symbol A plus 2. Okay. So this is about the basis. What is the use of the parenthesis basis? Okay. You understand any questions up to here? Okay. Well, let us continue with some set comments we take. With understanding of why don't we need to represent the data types? We talk today. And then we talk about what is the role of dollar symbol. Then we talk about brackets, different brackets which we are using in the pickle program. Okay. Now let us work with some examples on the set command. So how to assign a value to the variable? Set A, white space, give the value. How to referring a variable in the set command? I want to refer the variable in the set command. Use the dollar symbol. Say set A, x is nothing but whatever. For x, what you are assigning this time. Then I am using set A, y. Now y is what? Variable, another variable y. So I am using what braces? Square braces. Inside the square braces, I am using this curly braces. What is dollar symbol x name? I am referring this variable. I am referring a variable in a what? Set command. So if dollar symbol x refers to what? 10. 10 into. You can understand? This is how we can refer the variable in a set. How to concatenating the variable understand? How to concatenating the variables? What is meant by concatenation? Combining the two elements. That we call it concatenation. How to concatenating the variables understand? Inside the double quotes. Correct. Set A, double quotes. Use what? This is a set A. What is the variable name is here? What I am assigning to this name is variable? John. Now I want to concatenate. So I am using set what? Message. Inside the double quotes, what I am doing here? Name, hello. What it is going to refer to? Is it John or it is just printing dollar symbol here? John, right? It is going to be printing as a John. Let us take an example. Now this will be printing as what? Hello, John. Correct. Hello, John. Suppose I am putting this in the what? Lower brackets. Now in this case, what it is going to be? What it is going to be dollar symbol message? Hello, dollar B. Hello, dollar B.
अरे मुझे एक और लैपटॉप चाहिए अब इसमें रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहा हूँ सेशन की ताकि मेरे काम आएगा डाल दूंगा मैं रिकॉर्डिंग करके अब मुझे एक और लैपटॉप चाहिए क्या करूँ मैं एक ही से काम चलाना पड़ेगा अब इसको रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं करूँगा तो ये खत्म कर देगा कोचिंग वाला
Now here I'm using double quotes, dollar symbol name, dollar symbol
आज मैं सारी रिकॉर्डिंग कर दूंगा ना आज कल भी छुट्टी मेरी
use the curly braces.
आज मैं रिकॉर्डिंग खत्म पढ़ने बैठूंगा 3 तारीख को 4 तारीख को इंटरव्यू है
nothing but John. Here I'm using the curly braces. Now it is going to print what? Using curly braces to avoid the what? Variable substitution. Now it is printing what? Dollar symbol name. You can understand? So this is the fourth one. Using curly braces to avoid the variable substitution. Then can you tell me what is this? Using square brackets to
इतना होनार बच्चा है तेरा यार तू टेंशन लेके रहता है
set variable. Then what you can do? Use the square brackets. Write the command. That will be explained. So what it is going to explain here? Yes, square root is a keyword. I command. I'm putting what inside the expression, inside the square brackets. Now it is going to print the what? It is going to print the square of 5. What is square of 5 is nothing but 25. How to print the value of square of 5? What I need to use? Puts then
आ जा
dollar symbol result, right? Dollar symbol result. Content of the what? Result. Now what is the square of 5 will do? It is square or root it is going to print. What is 5 square? What is 5 cube? 5 into 5 into 5, correct? This square will do what? This will print the root. This will print the root. So if you use star star, then it will print what? Square. Means, suppose I am going to write like this. 5 star star 2. Now what it is going to be? Means 5 square means 25. Now it is printing 25. This square root, the square root will do root of 5. What is root of 5 is nothing but 2.45 something. 2.223 something. You can understand? Like we have keywords in the article to find out the square root, find out the log operation, find out the some of the logarithmic operation, seal operation, round operation. We are standing the keywords. You can understand this? Okay. Can you tell me what is the output of this? What is this puts command will do? So this is regarding about the set command. In set command we talk about what? How to assign the value to the variable, how to referring a variable in a set command, how to concatenating the variable in the strings, then using curly braces to avoid the substitution. Then we talk about using square brackets to execute a command and assign the result to the variable. Okay. Now let us go with the puts command. What is the use of the puts command? Print. It is going to print the content and the console. Where it is going to print the content? This puts command print the output in the console. Right? This is the console. This white window is nothing but what? Console. So this puts command used to print the content at the console. Okay. Now what it is going to do? All over. Here what it is going to put? The answer is colon 40. since I'm indicating with one double quotes. What is this? This is a test without. Right. This is how you can use the word puts command. Now, what is the difference between this and this? Now, suppose I'm using puts. Hello world. Let me use one more puts command. What is the difference between this hello, this puts command and this puts command? Let me remove this. They both are same. First one is a string. Second one is, now it is a list, right? Now it is a literal values these are. I'm putting one. But output it is printing both are same. Hello world, this is also print one. Hello world. But now this becomes a what? Literal values. Right? We don't got the difference between this and this. Suppose I'm putting dollar symbol A. Let us put set A to 10. Here also I'm going to refer the dollar symbol A. What it is going to print? Is it first one it is printing a 10 or printing dollar symbol A? Then no? Hello world 10. What? First one it is going to print hello world 10. Since I'm referring one dollar symbol. Second one hello world dollar. Hello world dollar. Now it is considering as a literal value because I'm putting in the curly braces. So now we got the difference between these two double quotes in the curly braces. So this is about the set command and puts command. Set is like declaring the variable x is equal to 10 in other languages. Puts command is like printing the text or a value or a evaluating value on the console. You can use the puts command. Now let us go with another command is nothing but gets command. What is the gets command is? What is the gets command? Then impressive. Gets means what? Getting that. So gets command is like it is equivalent to scanf in your C program. What is scanf in your C program? Take the input from where? From the user. From the user, if you want to take the input, then you can use what? Gets command. You understand? Now, what is this command will do? It just print the content inside the double quotes. First time it is going to print enter your name. What is this gets command will do? So I'm using gets, standard name. What this will do? Okay, let us run this command to understand this. I'll be running line by line. Okay. Now let us first line. Now this is printing like what? Enter the name. Now it is printing the enter the name. Now I'm going to use the gets command. What this will do? Now it is asking to enter the input from the user. Now it is asking the input. See this gets command, it is blinking here. Now it is asking you to enter the input from the user. Let me give command.
Sir, screen you can make it big, sir.
Now enter the what? Command. Now it gets the name. Using what? This is a keyword, standard. Okay. Now I want to print this name. What I want to do? Then hello, dollar symbol name. Content of this name is nothing but what? Command. Now it is printing hello. Since it is not asking the name, then let us do it. It's asking the name, right? This dollar symbol is used to print the content of the name. Let us run. No, let's shoot down. First it is asking to enter the name. Let me enter the name. It should come hello command, right? My case. Okay, let us run this using Signal. GIM file one dot let us take tickle file only. Let me copy this. Use a program. So what I want to print? Hello world, right? Insert mode. Double quotes inside this what? Hello. Let us remove this. Double quotes. Use a program, right? Now I am going to save all. Then exit. Followed by what? File.txt. Now in my console it is printing what? Enter the name. Now it is printing the enter the name. Now I'm going to use command. Printing the name. This is gets command. Now after this what I'm using? Puts hello dollar symbol name. Now it should print what? Hello dollar symbol. Now it is printing the hello command. So what is the use of this gets command used to print what? To get the input from the where? User. User can pass any data type, right? Integer, float, right? You can understand? This is the use of gets command. Now can I ask you, based on the set to puts and the gets command, I'll ask you one program. Can you write a program to this? Do the addition of two numbers. Use the gets command. Example 1 is write a TCL program. Write a TCL program to enter two numbers. User should provide the what? Values. User should provide the values. How to write a program? How to write a program to this? Let me edit the same file. Okay. So during this, let me quit this. Control D. Here. GIM, I'll open the same file. So what I should write here? User should provide the input, right? First, what I need to do? Set A, right? Set A, enter the value in the double quotes, right? Double quotes. What I need to do? Enter the value of, right? A. Next, what I need to do? Get standard input A. Next, what I want to do? Now let us copy this. Okay, let's take more Y. Then B. Then what I want to do? I'm getting the value of A. Now I can set to B. Okay, I should use the put side. This is the one I need to print at the console. To print at the console, what I should use? Puts command. Correct. Here also this is nothing but what? Puts command. Puts. Then this is a value of B. Next, what I need to do? Get standard in what? B. Now I'll be entering the value of A and value of B. Now what I want to do? Addition. What I want to do for this set to C. Then square bracket, EXPR, $A plus $. Then I want to print this content. Puts dollar symbols. That's it. Now let us save this problem. Save all. Bit. Now compile this problem. Now it is asking to enter the value of A. Let me enter the value 15. Then we enter the value of B is 20. Then what is the value of C is 20? 30. Now I want to print like this. Let us open this file. Puts command, I want to print like this. The value. Insert mode. The value of the what? C is. Value of this is $symbol C. Like this. What it is going to print? Save all. It is printing the value of the C is what? The value of the C is 12. You can understand set to puts and gets comment. Can you do multiplication, division, subtraction? In same program, do the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponential numbers. So how to do? 1 0 and 5, correct? What I need to copy here? Now I have to copy this, correct? Let us think for subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponential numbers. So I need to do what? Here. Shall I make this C1? Is it fine? C2, C3, C4, C5, C6. First is what? Addition. What is second is? Subtraction. Next is what? Multiplication. What is symbol is? Asterisk. Then division. Then modulus. Division will give result of what? Remainder or quotient? Division. Quotient. Modulus. Remainder. Then what is this number? Quotient. Correct. Now I want to print what? Let us copy this. I want to print for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponential. The addition, let me add like this. Add value. Add value of this is $1. C1. This is also C1. Next is 1. So let me do one thing. So let me copy this line on. So I'm working on the GVM comments. I think you know right how to use the GVM comments. Let us copy. How many times I need to paste? 5 times. 5p. Now this is addition. This is nothing but what? Subtraction. Insert mode. Subtraction. This is what? C2. This is nothing but C2. This is nothing but what? C3. C3 is nothing but for what? Multiplication. Let us change multiplication. This is for what? Division. This is nothing but C4. This is C5. This is nothing but for what? Modulus. Mod. This is nothing but exponential numbers. This is C6. C6. Correct? So let me give A is higher value, B is the lower value because I'm working in division. Let us save all. Then fit this. Then I'm going to compile this program. First I'm going to enter the values. A is 10. B is let me give 2. Addition is 1. Well, subtraction is. Multiplication is. Division is. Remainder is. Modulus is 0. Exponential is. So what exponential I'm doing? I think exponential I'm not properly mentioned. So okay. Now symbol is 10. B is nothing but 2. 10 to the power of 2 means 100. It should be 100. Correct. Now this is the answer. Addition is 12. Subtraction is 8. Multiplication is 20. So division is 5. Correct. So what happens? Suppose if I'm giving a value like this. A is 20. Okay, let me give the small value. A is 10. B is 50. What is the value of addition, subtraction, multiplication? A is 10 and B is 50. A is 60. Addition is 60. Subtraction is minus 40. Multiplication is 500. What about division? I'm dividing 10 divided by 5. Means dollar symbol A divided by dollar symbol B. 10 divided by 5. But this is 10 to the power of what? Exponential is 10 to the power of 50. So this is a value. Right? You can see what is it 10 divided by 5 is? What is question is? 0.2. But it is printing here 1. Why? It is printing only integer part. Why it is not printing the fractional part? It is printing only the integer part of your result. Quotient. Why it is not printing the remainder? Fractional part. Quotient of the fractional part. Data type is integer, okay. To print all entire the fractional part in the TCL, you should represent denominator or numerator with the fractional part. Means dot is equal to. Now I'm going to give this is 10 dot. See. These I'm going to do 50. Numerator or denominator. Now addition is 1. But when you are working with dollar symbol, sorry, percentage modulus, the number should be always integer. You got the mind? Okay, let me clarify this. Let me open the file. I'm going to comment with this line. With the line, so this modulus operation and also this. You don't want to print this. Let me save all. Then let me quit. Now I'm going to run this program. So here I'm going to give it one. Give a fractional value. B is let us give 50. Okay, the problem is that 2 forward slash is not a single line command. Okay, let me do one thing. Just delete this line. Also this line. Let me teach you later what is the symbol used to do for single line commands. Okay, but you know how to do multiple line commands using keyboard. Okay, let me check and I'll let you know. I think I'm not remember that now. Let me check it and run it. Okay, I'm going to save this. It. Now let us run this program. Numerator I'm going to give us 10.0. Denominator let me give 50. So now it is printing 0.2. Now here both the numerator denominator I'm giving as what? Integer. That's why it is printing what? Only the integer part 0. To print the fractional part of the result, you should give what? Any numerator or denominator should be 1. Fractional 0.0. How do you understand this? But when you're working with a modulus operation, modulus gives always what? Remainder. Here both the denominator and numerator should be what? It should be the integer part. Not fractional, it should be the integer part. If you give any numerator or denominator in the fractional part, you will get error. Are you understanding? To print the entire result of your division result, any number may be what? Numerator or denominator should be what? Fractional part. How do you understand this? Listen. Okay, now I think we work with few simple programs. We understand what is puts command, gets command, and set command. Then we work with the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of it. Now let us go with the puts command with the what? Escape characters. What are the escape characters you know? What are the escape characters? What do you mean by escape character? To print in the next line, to print after the one tap space, escape characters are backward slash n. Escape character will be escaped by the backward slash. Backward slash t. What does backward slash n means? No, it is going to print in the next line. Backward slash t means one tap space. Backward slash t and backward slash t means what? 2 tap space. You understand? Now let us see. Puts command with the what? Escape characters. Now coming to this first one, what it is going to print? This escape character will be escaped by backward slash. Now if I run this line of the code, what it is going to print? This is the new line. It is printing in what line? First line. What about this is the second line is printing in the second line? It will print in the second line. Because I'm using what? Slash n. If I'm not using slash n like this, this is now escape character. Escape character will be escaped by what? Backward slash. Now this is printing in the what? Single line. This is a new line dot n. This is the second line. Now I want to escape this escape character backward slash n. Now this will be printing like first line is this is the one, and second line this is the one. How do you understand this? Then what is this is backward slash t? Backward slash t for what? One tap space. This is one tap space. So after this it is going to be one tap space. Now what is this is backward slash and backward slash and backward slash. 3 line. The third line it is going to print this. This is the first line. This is the second line. The third line it is going to print this. What about this one? 2 tap spaces. It is going to print a 2 tap space after this. Did you understand this? So we'll take a small break. Okay, after the break we'll resume the session.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, yes, Nagesh.
Sir, so yesterday I worked on this. GVIM is not there, sir, in our Linux. It's G8 is there. That is equal to GVIM, sir.
Yeah, that is also one of the text editor.
So
I said you can work with the VA editor, no? It's not GVIM type of VA.
sir, hey, last day I saw some videos, sir. Then I tried that.
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ GVIM ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನೀವು GVIM ಲಾಂಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಲೈನೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಉಬುಂಟು ಆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಲ್ವಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು GVIM ಅಂತ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಡ VI ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಿ VI ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಫೈಲ್ ನೇಮ್ .txt ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು GVIM ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಫೈಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕೊಡಿ ತನ್ನ
ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು 3 ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದು ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಆದರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂಚೂರು ಹೋಗೋದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾನು ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಎಸ್ ಸರ್
ಈಗ LS ಅಂತ ಹೊಡಿರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ PW ಅಂತ ಹೊಡಿರಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ PWD ಅಂತ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸಿ
PWD ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್
ಎಂಟರ್ ಈಗ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ಟಾಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೊಡಿರಿ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ಟಾಪ್ಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ CD ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ಟಾಪ್
ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಎಸ್ ಸರ್
ಈಗ ಡಬಲ್ ಇದೀರಾ ಓಕೆನಾ
ಹೌದು
ಈಗ
ಸರ್
VI ಅಂತ ಹೊಡಿರಿ
ಜಸ್ಟ್ VI ಸರ್
VI VI
ಬರೀ ಸರ್ VI
ಸ್ಪೇಸ್
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್
ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಒಂದು ನೇಮ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಫೈಲ್ ನೇಮ್ EXIM ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಿ EXIM ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಫೈಲ್ ನೇಮ್ .txt ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಈಗ VI ಎಡಿಟರ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಗ ನಾವು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಐ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮೋಡ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೆಸ್
ಐ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್
ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಐ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ವಿಂಡೋನ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ ಐನ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಐನ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಈಗ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಎ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಿ
ಸೆಟ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಎ
ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ 10 ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್
ಪುಟ್ PUTS ಪುಟ್ ಸರ್
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್
ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಡಾಲರ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಎ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ಒಂದು ಹೇಗೆ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಈ ಫೈಲ್ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಕೂಲನ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಕೂಲನ್. ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ GVM?
ಅದು GVM ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅದೇನು ಸರ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಸರ್, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಥ್ರೋ ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಸರ್, ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ನಾವು ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ.
ನೋಡಿದೆ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡಿದಾಗಲೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ಈ ಫೈಲ್ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೂಲನ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿ ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
ಅದು
ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್
ಹೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಗ ಕ್ಯೂ ನೋಡಿ ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್ ಅಂತ.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ರೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೂಲನ್ ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಸೇವ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
ಡಬ್ಲ್ಯೂ ಕ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಸೇವ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನೀವು ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿ exam.txt ಫೈಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಇದೆ.
ಅದು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಡಬಲ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಬರ್ತಿರೋ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕಂಪೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ರನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಹೋಗಿ.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ TCLSH
ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ಟಾಪ್ ಸೇವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಇದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್.
TCLSH
TCLSH ಸ್ಪೇಸ್
file.txt exm.txt ಅಲ್ಲ exm
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
exm a ಇಲ್ಲ
ಡಾಟ್ tx ಸರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್?
ಸರಿ ಸರ್. ಈಗ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪೈಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಅದು ಏನು
ಈಗ ಸೆಟ್ 10 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್, ಅದು ಇದಾಯ್ತು 10 ಅಂತ.
ಈ ತರ ನೀವು ಫೈಲ್ ನ ಎಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ vi file name ಡಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ TCLSH ಅಂತ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ file.txt ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಇವಾಗ ಈ ತರ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು. ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋಗೋದು.
ಫೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀರಿ ಆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನ. ಓಕೆನಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಫೈಲ್ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪೈಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟರ್ ನ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫೈಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಸರ್
is going, we are indicating within the double quotes. Correct. Now, if I give the double quotes here, this is understanding only up to you. So there is extra line here, which is unwanted text here, not a correctly formatted text. So that this puts command will printing this out. Now, if I'm going to use like this, what it is going to do? Now, this is a single quote. Means a double quote here. Or understand? I want to escape the backward slash. What I want to do? Now, what this will bring? This is a two double slash or single double slash. This is escaping what? This backward slash. So, in these special characters, if you want to escape, you should use the backward slash. Now it is printing what? Only one backward slash. This is a backward slash. You understand? If I'm using one more backward slash, it is escaping what? Now it is printing two double slash. There is a missing puts command. Okay, once again. This is puts command I'm using. Now this is escaping what? One. Again, I should use here two backward slashes. Now this is escaping by this is escaping by this. Now it is printing. Okay, now this will be escaping by this backward slash first. This is escaping by what? This backward slash. To escaping any special characters, you should use what? Backward slash. Are you understanding? So these are few escape characters, backward slash and which we widely use in programming, typical programming, backward slash and backward slash T, backward slash single quote, double quote, backward slash, backward slash. Now what this program will print, you can do. So set the name is what? John. Then hello, I'm escaping this. Okay, let us run and show you. You predict what is the output of this program. You just tell me, don't type and check the output. What it is going to be. Hello. So I'm using backward slash, whether it is going to escape in this dollar symbol is a special character, whether it is escaping. Okay, let me run this first. So understand the program. Is it escaping a dollar symbol? Okay, now you tell me what is this? I have removed the backward slash. Hello, Jan. How are you today? What is the difference between this and this? Without the backward slash, with the backward slash? This is a special character, correct? Dollar symbol is a special character. If I want to escape this, what I need to use? Backward slash. Now, this is nothing but it is printing the content of this thing and referring the dollar symbol. Variable reference here. If I'm using backward slash here, now it is escaping this. Right? It is printing as what? Hello, dollar symbol name, how are you today? You can understand the difference between this. Now you tell me what is this value? What is second puts command value? The value of the variable.
That's just name is
Backslash. Right, now it is escaping this one. This is a special character, right? Two backward slash I'm using. This is escaped by this backward slash. Name is dollar symbol name is nothing but Jan. It is printing the value of the variable backward slash. Name is Jan. You can see. You need to understand. If you are using the special backward slash escape character, it is going to escape in this meaning of dollar symbol. How do you understand? So now let us see. I have listed a few escape characters which is commonly used in TCL. We talk about few right now. One is backward slash n. Represent a what? New line character. Backward slash k means what? One tab space. This is backward slash double quote means what? It is going to escape in what? Double quote. Single quote means what? Representing a single quote character. Representing the what? Backslash. This is what? So other few more I am thinking here. Do some escape characters. So carriage return character. Today you can go and see what is the use of the carriage return character. That is backward slash n. Okay. And then backward slash f is nothing but forward character. I am giving this to as assignment. This is just simple to understand. The same meaning in other programming language also if you are using escape characters. So one is carriage return character. Backward slash n. Backward slash f is nothing but forward character. Okay. So backward slash b means it is going to backspace in the character. Are you understanding? We work on these three. Okay, now we work on all this up to here. Right? Now what is the backward slash O represent? It is a character with the what? Octal value. XH means what? Hexadecimal value. You can understand. If you are using two backward slash, what it is going to escape in? Note that backslash itself can escape with the what? Another backslash. Right? So which is useful if you want to include the literal slash in your the output. Are you understanding? Now I'm leaving these two as an assignment. Work with the carriage return, work with the form field, and work with the backspace character, work with the octal and hexadecimal. So in addition to the above, so few more special sequences that is not escaped character, but they are treated specially by the interpreter, integral. Suppose I'm writing like this, open square bracket, this is represented by backslash. What this will do means, it is start a command substitution. So again, backward slash, closed means end of the command substitution. Again, start of the braces, end of the braces. So this special sequence are used primarily in the TCL, and it will be used in the regular expressions. We'll see how we can use this escape characters, special type of escape characters that can be interpreted in the TCL when you're working with the regular expressions. Okay. So I worked with a few programs on this. So this is what? Backward slash means what? New line character. So this is printing in the first line, this is printing in the what? Second line, output. Right. What is output of this? Column 1, tab space, this is one tab space, column. What is this? Represent a double quote character. She said, comma, I want to escape this. What I need to use? Backward slash. So what is output of this? It is going to get for this puts command. She said, comma, double quote, hello, explanatory mark, double. You can understand. What about this? Can you tell me what is output of this? I am representing a single quote character here. What is output of this? E said, comma, single quote and double quote. I am using two single quotes here. Okay, here what it is going to escape? One single quote. Yep, one single quote. It is printing, E said, comma, single quote, I, explanatory mark. Now it is escaping this time. So these are the special characters. If you want to keep this, what I need to do? Again, I need to go with what? Backward slash. Are you understanding? Now what about this? Two backward slashes. Now if I'm writing C program files, TCL bin, what it is going to print? How it is escaping this, right? C colon, one backward slash program files, one backward slash TCL, backward slash bin. This is our output of this. Now what about this carriage return character? What is the carriage return character? I'm using line 1, carriage return character. Again, overwritten. How this carriage return character was escape character? Can you understand this? What it is going to do in this cases? Only overwritten is printing means it is going to escape before this. Right? It is going to depend before this. This is a carriage return character. What about the foreign field character? Before or after it will do? Foreign field character, so this is puts coming before, backward slash f after. What it will do? Okay, let me do one thing. Let us run this. Then you will understand. So what it is going to be? Overwritten. The first one it is printing the line 1. Okay, once again. So this is the output, right? I'm using backward slash r. Backward slash r. So this is same as this one, right? Okay, let us check this in the the same as in tab space. Let us check this in the GV here. I'm going to how to delete all 17D, right? It is printing only, deleting only 17D. I want to print all the lines. 1, 16D. This is fine. Now it is printing all the line. Now shift insert this. Now let us work with carriage bit. What is the carriage return character? Insert mode. Now let us run this, save and hit. Compile this one. Now it is working fine here. So carriage return. Now let us open. What with the form field character? What is the form field character is? Backward slash n. So what this will do? Save and hit. What it is printing? It is printing the first line. In the first line it is printing line 1. Again it is doing the form field here. Then it is printing the what? Over it. How do you understand? So this is the form field. This is the carriage return and this is the what? Form field. Before, again it will do the form field, then it is printing the after. Okay. Now this is the backward slash b. What is the backward slash b is? It is escaping what? How many? I am using backward slash b, backward slash b, backward slash b. It is escaping these letters. D, E, F. If I am using one more backward slash b, so only A, B and 1, 2, 3 it is only. Are you clear? It is representing the backspace character. Now this is for what? Backward slash O represent the character with the octal value. Now if I am using puts, I want to print this in octal. What is the 101 in octal? What is the 101? 001. Can you see how it is printing A? Can you analyze this program? How it is printing A? ASCII value. So what is ASCII value of the capital A? Okay, let us print the ASCII value. ASCII table. What is ASCII table? Let us see, this is not visible. This is also not correct. Is this visible? Okay. What is the ASCII value of the capital A? Capital A is nothing but 65. Capital value is nothing but what? 101. It is printing the what? ASCII value. If I am doing 102, what it is going to print? It is going to print the capital. Are you understanding? Now what about this? What is X represent here? X, HH represent 1. Here X represent, this is hexadecimal. 41 means 1. 101, this is an octal representation of the ASCII character capital A. So X of 41 is nothing but this is hexadecimal representation of the capital. You can see I will show the table. What is the table of A? Is nothing but this is what? Octal. What is the hexadecimal is? 41. What is the decimal equivalent is? 65. You can understand. So this escape characters, this one will print the what? ASCII character equivalent number. This is taking the hexadecimal. Are you understanding? So this is the example for backward slash with the square bracket. It is the start of the command substitution. So this is the start of the command substitution. But I am not using the backward slash. And here this is nothing but end of the substitution. Here the output of the expression is $symbol output. So what it is going to print? It is going to evaluate this. This is the start of the what? Command substitution. This is the end of the command substitution. Inside this it is going to execute it, evaluate it and execute it. That will be assigned into the output. Therefore what is the output of this is nothing but 4. It is printing 4. Let's same here also. Here set the command. Date I am assigning to the command here. Command is a variable. Now I am using EXE means it is execution. So execution of this command. What is this $symbol command contains? Date. So it is going to evaluate it, execute it, that will be assigned into the output. If I print the output, $symbol output, what it is going to print? It is going to print the date. You can understand this? Okay, let us run this program. So command is assigned into what? Date. Now $symbol command is nothing but what? Date. Now I am executing what command? Date command. Executing date. Now this will be evaluated as what? It is going to executing the command. The command I am using is what? Date. Then date will be assigned into the output. Then I am printing the output of the date. $symbol output it is going to print the date. So this is the correct date. To executing these commands, what command you should use? EXEC. To run any technical commands to execution that, I can use what? EXEC. To do the mathematical operation, EXPR. You can understand? So this is the one. So this is the start of the command substitution. This is what? End of the command substitution. So usually here I am not representing the escape by one, backward slash. So this is another one, start of the braces. Right? This is start of the braces, this is what? End of the braces. So what is the output of this? This is a list we have created. So what is the output of this list is nothing but apple, banana. This is nothing but what? Same, single element in the list. Cherry and dates. This is single element. You understand? The single element is for what? It is going to escape in the end of the braces. So set to pattern John, backward slash, open the curly brackets, backward slash, close the curly braces. So I am using setter. See, this is basically these are using for to work with the regular expression. I am using the regex is a command. Means a take a command for writing the regular expression. To escaping this, I am using this braces. To represent regular expression, I am used to matching the pattern in the string. Okay, to escape in this, I am using this backward slash cover bracket, backward slash close bracket. So right now you don't worry about this. We'll see more about this when you're working with the regular expression. This escape characters. Escape character, square bracket, open square bracket and close bracket. Escape character with curly braces. Did you understand? Okay, let me ask you one question. Can you write a program for them using all these escape characters? So I want output like this. Output you want to print like this. So there are 3 rows and 3 columns. First row, let us print the colors. Red, green, then yellow. Let us take yellow. Then you should give the 2 tab spaces. Here you should print let us take 1 tab space. 2. Here you should print 3. Or we can do like this also. First print the index. After give the 3 tab spaces, print the red. Then print the green. Now here you can print the yellow. Can you write a program to print like this using push command? Again, you can give the tab space here, 3 or 4 tab spaces. Here you can print quantities like 10. Then here you can print 20. Here you can print 30. Here what you can do, for this you can do the index. You can print like this index. Then this is nothing but, let us make color. Color. Let us make this as a quantity. I want to print the output like this. Can you write a program using push command? Use the push command and escape characters to print like this.
In the push command,
Using push command, you should print like this. Okay, what I need to do? Puts, double quotes, index, backward slash t, again backward slash t, 3 backward slash t, output, 2, okay, then color, okay. Okay, then backward slash n, 1, backward slash n, t, okay, tab space, again backward slash t, right, t, okay, t, again t, okay, then, okay, then backward slash n, 2, backward slash t, backward slash t, green, then slash t, 20, next line, 3, backward slash t, backward slash t, yellow, then backward slash t, 30, quantities 30. This is output. So because why I'm getting like this, actually there will be 2 tab space only here because this is compared to this and this length is different. That's why I'm getting different here. But it is giving how many tab spaces? This is 1, 2. Here also how many tab spaces? 1, 2. Here also 1, 2. Because I'm giving backward slash t, backward slash t. How you understand? If I put this all this inside the curly braces, then this only. Whatever I'm getting inside this, right? That will be printing. How do you understand? So today we understand that why do not need a data representation, data type representation, vertical programming. How vertical is it? Dynamic typing programming. How flexible it is. First thing we learned about today. And then we learned about what? Brackets. So what brackets? Square brackets, curly braces, parentheses. After that we started with what? Set command, puts command, and then gets command. Then we talked about escape character. So with this introduction about this basic idea, from the next session onwards we will start with TCL list. What is the list? How we can define the list in the TCL? What are the list operators? We'll take few programs on the list. Then we'll go for the string operator, array operators, dictionary operators. Then what is the role of the special variables in the TCL? How to write a function, proc in the TCL, file handling operation. So tomorrow onwards we'll start writing the programs. Okay. So we'll start with the control statements. We'll understand that. Then we'll go for the list. So with this today, let me stop the session here. So we'll continue in the next session. Today, what you can do, you can go to the official website, or you can work with the ChatGPT also, no issues. Understand escape characters, how to use, how to write a program using this. What is that topic I covered? Okay. So tomorrow, let us start with the control statements. How to write the if statement, pass statement, while statement, for each statement, switch statement. So we'll talk about control statements. Now I request all of you to fill the attendance. If I think it is not there, you can do one thing, you can fill in that link, online link. Use that link to fill the attendance.